You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the reading, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound. You could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate message for the Libra members of my tribe. Whatever they need to know about next month. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and bless. Thank you very much. Okay, the air card wanted to come out as your last card, but we have everything here. Okay, I was going to try not to talk about the reading that I just did, but this might actually have something to do with the reading that I just did. Because in that reading, this was at the bottom of the deck too, spiritual cleansing. So, in the beginning of the Fire Horse reading, and I just saw 123, that's the angel number of progress. So they could be related. At the beginning of the 30-minute, the story was that someone has a social media presence, they took a break from it, and they're coming back, but they learned a lot of lessons. They could be cutting a lot of people off, changing their prices, doing stuff like that, but they have changed. And also their spiritual gifts could be amplified. But, ooh, that's a really pretty hummingbird. But most of the reading, like 3/4 of the reading, was about a court case. And I compared it to like the Lorena Bobbitt story because it was mostly a divine feminine who could have been in a relationship with literally a homicidal maniac or a malignant, dangerous, narcissist type person. Something about a court case or even a civil case where a lot of workers didn't get their pay. Whoever the reading is resonating with, the female is going to end up, or whoever came out in the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords energy is going to win that court case. So that might be kind of related to this one. But what we have is healer, focus, good fortune, and guides. So I would like to say that you are the person who is the healer. The good fortune is more than likely coming out because you have good karma, but also there's something about your guides leading you on the right path. Also, Sagittarius and the Lovers card came out in the 30-minute too. This kind of reminds me of the Lovers card because sometimes it's Archangel Raphael, sometimes people draw Cupid in the picture. So something about Sag or Gemini energy could be significant, especially Sag, because Sag, they're ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and expansion. So either way, whether it's the 30-minute or the 60-minute horoscope, I feel like a lot of good things are going to happen for Libra this year. So let's get about 7 or 8 physical feature cards, unless more want to come out. Also, because guides and spiritual cleansing is here, it's probably been a while since you've cleaned your altar, if you have one, so you probably should cleanse your altar or smudge your house or something about freshening up the spiritual energy of the place where you live or your domain. If you bring your crystals to work or something like that, you might have to cleanse them too. You could use smudge, you could use Florida water or something like that if they're polished, tumbled crystals. But it's about time for someone to recharge and reset their stuff. I think we have the new moon in Gemini coming up soon, so that might be a good time to recharge some stuff too. Okay, I know for sure this reading might resonate with someone who is a cosmetologist. At the bottom of the deck, we have wavy hair. Usually what's at the bottom of the deck is what you may have overlooked or something that you don't see coming. We have manicured nails, multicolored hair. I usually get Cosmo Barber energy with this because there is a duckbill clip here. Duckbill clips are usually used to section off hair. We have brown skin tone, Afro, head wrap, and Native American coming out here too. In one of the readings that I did, it might have been Leo. It was talking about someone who likes to wear cultural clothing. So I see very BIPOC energy with this mashup here. But there's a lot of focus on the hair, so I do feel like someone is a hairdresser. And then we also have gray hair here. Those are the most prominent physical features, but there are other ways that you can tell that this is your reading. Okay. I just realized that there were some cards that were not in the deck when I shuffled it, but that's all right. Okay. We don't have all the letters yet, but I see 2 H's and 2 A's. The name Hannah could be significant. I'm also seeing YMCA. It's been a while since I've seen that in the tiles, but whenever YMCA or KQED comes out in the tiles, I usually get the energy of someone who works with kids, or something about kids might be significant for this reading. Okay, I see X in the tiles. Someone's name could be Zara. I don't know if Zara is still around, but I also know that that's a clothing store, and they usually have it. It's kind of like H&M, and when I used to watch a lot of Outfit of the Day people, it was usually people from the UK that like to go to Zara. So I don't know if someone from the UK could be significant, or just somewhere that's outside the US. Because even if we do have Zara out here, I don't really hear that many people talk about shopping there. Okay, and I'm just trying to find something that we don't already have here. Something's telling me to grab 2 U, so I'm just gonna get another U. Okay, yeah, someone could be a cosmetologist because I'm seeing the brand NARS in here. NARS, NYX. Okay, someone's name could be Susie, but also someone could be a SZA fan. Myra. I'm seeing NAACP. I am picking up on Afrocentric energy. Someone could work in fast food. Someone could be from Utah. Abstractly, I'm seeing recipe here, so someone who likes to cook could be significant. I see the name Kevin, Evan, and I think I'm just going to keep it at that. YMCA is here now. I'm going to start off with the tarot, and then I'm going to get some oracle or any other forms of divination that I feel like might go with this. Sorry if I sound kind of aloof, but I don't know, something about the energy just changed because, I don't know, when I woke up today, I felt very eager to do the readings, and then the maintenance person was just very loud, and then I feel like my neighbors are listening into my conversation too, so it's kind of distracting. Alright, I was gonna try to get Scorpio's readings out today too, but it's starting to be windy and some of the cards are flying now, so I don't know. Maybe now is just not a good time to film, even though I thought it was gonna be. Because it's going to get like in the hundreds later today, so that's why I wanted to do it when I first woke up. Side note, someone could also be watching this from Italy too, because I see ciao in here, or maybe that could be part of your ancestry and you could know how to speak in Italiano. I see the name Zach in here. I think I'm gonna take this in the reverse. I do feel like something about a relationship is significant though. We have Three of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Three of Swords is usually heartbreak, betrayal, third party situations, not just romantically, but also like friendship betrayals. We have the Hangman in the reverse coming out with Justice. Both of these showed in the 30-minute, not together though. We have Four of Swords reverse, another Libra card. Nine of Pentacles upright and the Three of Wands. That to me, in a romantic setting, that's someone seeing you successful single and expecting you to reach out to them, or it's being attractive, so people want to reach out to you all day and every day, whether it's new or old. And then we have Eight of Swords here. So it seems like someone is also in their head because of you. We have Libra, a lot of Libra, Pisces, Virgo, Aries, Gemini. I mean, I already explained like how I feel, what these cards that came out mean. The Hangman reverse and Justice upright, someone has changed their perspective and they want to bring balance into a situation. I feel like someone wants to apologize to you. And being that the Hangman is in the reverse and Justice is upright, some maturing has happened. I don't know if it's for everyone on their side. Okay, someone could have blonde hair. I've looked at the Justice card a million times before, and I've always noticed the crown, but I've never noticed how this person had hair. I thought they didn't have any hair. And there's two blonde people in both of these, so someone could be blonde. But someone is definitely changing their perspective on a situation. Let's start by clarifying that, because I want to see, is it more so you or is it someone else? Ten of Pentacles reverse, Six of Swords upright. This could be a family member who you've stopped talking to, who you've moved on from. Some of you could have been living with a family member. It doesn't have to be your parents for everyone, but you could have even lived with your sibling and you decided to move out. Being that Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse, it could have had something to do with money, like maybe they weren't pulling their weight, or it could just mean that this is a family member who you don't really get along with that well. Something about them being dramatic or noisy, nosy, or something like that. Queen of Cups upright. Okay, this is a mother card. The Queen of Cups upright is good energy, if I may say so myself. I say that because I'm a Cancer, divine feminine. But this might be someone's mother for someone. They could have gotten into a falling out with their mother. But let's clarify Queen of Cups, because that can mean a lot of things, especially in a romantic reading. We also have Queen of Swords upright. Came out in the 30-minute. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. So someone is sweet, but they also have a mouthpiece on them. They also have boundaries. So this might be someone's ex who maybe both you and this person are thinking about each other. Both of you want to come together. But because we have so much feminine energy, and then Queen of Pentacles came out in reverse, that's almost all of the queens that just came out in the reverse. So someone, I was just about to say, I feel like someone missed out on an Empress, and that could be why it's in the reverse, because sometimes reversals are just blockages. And then Nine of Pentacles is seen as the pre-Empress in the minor arcana. So I don't know, someone could have blew it in the past, honestly. Okay, why is Queen of Pentacles in the reverse? Wheel of Fortune. So we have Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords upright, but Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse. There's definitely something about someone not getting the money that they wanted, or something about greed here too. Wheel of Fortune can represent destiny, divine timing, karma. So before we move on, let's just try to clarify Wheel of Fortune upright. Okay, we have the Sun in the reverse and Page of Pentacles upright. Yeah, someone was unhappy about a money situation. They could have felt like they weren't getting paid enough, or something was not being shared equally. Maybe they could have felt like they were unhappy because they were getting breadcrumbed in a romantic situation. Okay, Four of Swords in the reverse. What does that mean? Okay, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone is done contemplating about why something didn't work out, and we do have the Hangman in the reverse, so that means that someone has been ruminating about something and they changed their perspective. Maybe someone felt like they didn't have the money to live by themselves, so they wanted to partner up, and they're realizing that they really did not want a roommate, because that's kind of a headache sometimes. And then we have Five of Wands upright. So Leo energy is significant too for this reading. Five of Wands can represent conflict, differences of opinion. Sometimes it's playful competition, but I do feel like someone was very messy too. And that could relate to the romantic situation, because sometimes, you know, our partners are jealous of us, or because they're not mature, they feel like there always has to be a power dynamic in relationships. Okay, what? Explain the Five of Wands, please. The Hierophant? Okay, I feel something with that, but let's just get a little bit more clarity before I say what I wanted to say. Okay, yeah, my intuition was correct. So 5 of Wands is clarified by the Hierophant upright and the 9 of Wands upright. What this looks like to me is, once again, just like the 30-minute, I'm feeling mostly feminine energy. Because we have damn near almost every queen showing here, and 9 of Pentacles is here, and we just saw the Empress in the reverse. I feel like someone's girlfriend was tired waiting around when somebody who was breadcrumbing them was going to commit to them. Because the Hierophant represents marriage, commitment, advice, values. The Hierophant is a marriage card in tarot. So, and I've been there before. That has happened to me twice. Someone promising that they wanted to marry me, and then they were just breadcrumbing me, or they were so egotistical and they were focusing on that in the relationship. So I feel your pain. And I have 3 Libra placements too. So I have a trigger with imbalance and injustice too. So I understand exactly how you feel about that. Why was this person doing that? And I just saw Judgment upright at the bottom of the deck, so that lets me know that you wised up about this situation. Could be that you thought someone was going to change and you stuck around for a long time, but then you just got tired of it. So the reason why this person breadcrumbed you is because we have the Hermit upright, which usually represents going within, doing shadow work, having to isolate to gain some sort of clarity about something. We have the Moon in the reverse, which represents something being exposed. And then we have 6 of Cups in the reverse. So, could be that this person breadcrumbed you because they had some maturing to do. I have a feeling because the Hermit is here, it could have came out in the reverse. But I feel like it's because this person didn't know what they wanted, and also they needed to mature around the time that they met you. Like I said, I feel like there's definitely something about a feminine masculine dynamic where this dude was older than you, because we have all of these like grown, mature cards coming out in the upright. Justice, the Hierophant, the Hermit. I definitely feel like this man is older than you. But still, just because they're older than you doesn't mean that they were more mature than you. I feel like they're maturing now. But this masculine could have also been wounded from their past. We did just see 3 of Swords reverse at the or upright at the bottom of the deck in the beginning. So they made you pay for something that somebody else did, basically. So, and also they didn't want to be seen as a simp. I think so. I'm seeing a lot of Leo energy and a lot of synchronicities with the Leo reading too. And I believe the energy of a masculine liking someone but not wanting to seem like a simp came out in Leo's reading. I can't remember if it was the 30 or the 60. I think it was the 60-minute horoscope. So let's clarify 9 of Pentacles upright and 3 of Wands upright. Knight of Wands upright. Someone feels like now that you're single, you're just kind of going after everyone. I know most readers, they see Knight of Pentacles upright as a player all of the time. I think generally speaking, this card does not represent that. Maybe in the reverse, but right now I'm feeling like someone's kind of basically projecting the fact that they like to possibly talk to multiple people, or they like the thrill of the chase onto you. And even if you were doing that, you have that right, because single people can do what single people do. And I see Usher in the tiles too. You know, Usher says that, and I think You Don't Have to Call, so that song could be significant. I also like the Erykah Badu rendition of that song too. Okay, let's get a little bit more. We have Ace of Wands reversed. Oh, damn, that was a lot that came out. Guess I'm going to take all of it because all of it resonates. We have Ace of Wands reversed, King of Cups reversed, King of Wands reversed. There's so many people cards here. And we have the Lovers upright. So this is, I feel energetically, someone apologizing to you. They're saying, I was handling love the wrong way. I thought it was about competition and aggressiveness. Now I'm in my feelings. I was probably triangulating you with other people, thinking with my sacral chakra. But someone's trying to say they feel like they're your person, and also they're hoping that you choose them, because the Lovers was originally called the choice. So it's really more so about ultimatums more than anything. We have the Emperor showing here in the upright at the bottom of the deck. So someone who did not commit in the past wants to commit to you now. Okay, that's nice and all that their energy is coming through the reading, but I hope with the Knight of Wands upright, this means that this person is actually going to come towards you at some point and actually do what they have to do and apologize. Eight of Swords is pretty self-explanatory, but I could get a little bit more on that too. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here with the tarot because we have Ten of Swords upright. This person could be going through a dark night of the soul. That makes sense. Ten of Swords upright, the Hangman in the reverse, some sort of harsh ending, and it's pretty much an ego death, because this person could have like a player mentality, and usually, I say all the time, people like to come off as Knight of Wands, and really they're the King of Cups in the reverse. Very sensitive, afraid of being hurt, so they're the person that likes to do the hurting. They're going through an ego death, and they could feel very ashamed of what they've done in the past. And I know some of you are going to be like, I don't really care. I want them to suffer. I feel vindictive. I want them to remember how they hurt me. You don't have to worry about that, because they are definitely feeling it. They're going through their ego death, but they're also carrying the weight of how they made you feel. The Lovers doesn't always have to be twin flame energy, but I do feel like this is a twin flame situation. And that explains why I'm feeling music, telepathy. That could be why guides is here. But also, twin flames mirror each other, so that could be why you're picking up on this person's energy, but also they're feeling the weight of how you felt in the past, and also how they feel right now at the same time. So let's use angel numbers. And also, because guides is here, I feel like you've been seeing a lot of angel numbers too. This person as well. But they completely handled you in the wrong way, because I do believe that this Queen of Cups here is your energy. You treated them very well, and they didn't know how to reciprocate. They could have even felt like you were not authentic, just because they're used to dealing with fake people and they mask themselves. They could have projected that onto you as well. So projection was a big thing with this relationship too. They made you go through a lot of things that you didn't deserve to go through. Okay, I'm seeing the name Ashanti in here. But I also feel like someone likes to listen to a lot of R&B music, because like I said, I was picking up on SZA's kind of new, but Usher, Erykah Badu, Ashanti. That could also let me know that you're probably a millennial. Okay, so we have 1212 at the bottom of the deck. Choices. 1212 is a soulmate angel number. That's why I made it the price of my bath salts, because my bath salt is an aphrodisiac bath salt. Anyway, we have 2713 mindfulness. So there's a lot about someone really not knowing like how much of a trip they were, not knowing like how toxic they were. Their third eye could be opening. This person is definitely going through some sort of metamorphosis, because people say when your kundalini gets activated, when you go through like a dark night of the soul, one of the things that I remember happening is sharp pain in between my eyebrows, which is the pineal gland opening up. So that could be happening for this person. That could even be why we're seeing the eye of Ra here for healer, representing retribution. So I also feel like this person wants to heal something in the relationship. We have 808 security and 616 sanctuary. This lets me know, I'm trying to figure out what good fortune has to do with this, because I do feel like something about money is significant. A lot of twin flames are meant to be financially successful together, but 10 of Pentacles is showing in the reverse, because this person, they're blocking their destiny right now. 808 and 616, what that lets me know is that this, I'm going to say masculine, values money and stability. A lot of time, we see it all the time in tarot readings, the masculine is planning how they are going to give you an offer. But also, the root chakra is very significant. You being a divine feminine, we have to work on our root chakras, because a lot of times if we like masculines, we depend on masculines for stability. And usually what happens to the divine feminine during separation is she tries to focus on that herself. But I also feel like this masculine, when it comes to their root chakra, they are worried about money, but they're also trying to feel safe with themselves before they come to you, because you're coming out as Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords, which means that you got a mouthpiece and also you have boundaries. So someone's worried that you're gonna cuss them out or talk their ear off, like they're afraid of the confrontation. Especially if this is a situation where they were breadcrumbing you, they'd never like to admit that they were wrong. What that means is, in order for this relationship to work, you have got to have an in-person, at least one long ass, maybe 24-hour, 48-hour conversation with this person about why we can't go back to how things were in the past. Like, if we want to be in a relationship together again, I'm gonna bring up all the things you don't want to hear, all the things I didn't like in the relationship, how you hurt me and how you made me feel, how that made me glow up, and everything that has happened since then. Because one really annoying thing about no contact is you really want to talk to this person. Whenever good things happen for you, whenever you hit milestones, you want to talk to this person. But it's painful knowing that they are not in a state where they're even mature enough to listen to you, because oftentimes people go through their own things too. So with unconditional love, you kind of learn to give this person space, because they can't come back to you correct if they don't even know how to sort out their own life right now. But this masculine is basically prepping himself to feel safe in his own body, so he doesn't feel awkward or anything when this conversation does happen, because they know they're going to get an earful. And then we also have 22 harmony. So this is a Libra energy, a Libra reading, and Libra energy is all about harmony and balance when it's high vibrational. So someone definitely wants to bring balance into the situation. So I do see a lot of positive synchronicities here, a lot of positive things coming out in the tarot too. But my main concern is really just pray that the conversation when this person comes back around goes well, and pray that they don't just tell you everything that you want to hear, but they actually do what they're saying they're gonna do. But you know, we have the Lovers, the Hierophant, we have Justice, the Hermit, the Hangman in the reverse. All these are major arcanas too, so it's serious. The Wheel of Fortune. So I do feel like ultimately this is gonna end well. It's just like, it's really hard to bounce back and get somebody's trust back after a situation like this. I want to use astro alignment because I feel like there's something significant about your placements. You and this person's astrological placements. But this also will tell the story of why you were attracted in the first place, and the lessons that you had to learn with this person coming into your life, and how things might go from here on out. So we have lunar eclipse, culmination, release, illumination. The full moon has these exact 3 words too. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just talking about how, like, usually when you release a person in a romantic setting, the separation is when things become illuminated, or when things start to make sense, because while you were with this person and they treated you how they treated you, none of that could have made any sense to you. But now that, like for me, after I separated from my twin, I went through my dark night of the soul. I learned a lot about dark triad personality traits. Not that I'm promoting that you being with a person like that, but I learned a lot about that. I learned a lot about avoidance, and then a lot of my twin's behaviors started to make sense after that. Because when I was with him, I'm like, why the hell are you doing that? Like, that does not make any sense. But we have 7th house, which is what Libra rules: partnerships, balance, one-on-one relationships. So I do feel like someone feels like you're their match now. They've realized that, and they also want to do some sort of business endeavor with you. Some of you, I know that's hard to believe and you're resisting it, but we do have Jupiter, optimism, growth, opportunity. So I do feel like some positive things are going to happen. You could even have Libra in your Jupiter. We have Scorpio, deep, intense, transformative. I mostly feel like this person has Scorpio in their chart somewhere. Gaia, earth, nature, embodiment. This could talk about earth sign energy, but it's also the energy of harmony too. The root chakra, and even people say that there's like a earth star chakra. So the root chakra is where your feet are. The earth star chakra is actually in the ground. So of Gaia, there's something about deeply having the need to feel safe in your own body before you can be in a relationship with another person. We have descendant, attraction, relationships, partnership. Okay, so descendant has something to do with Libra too. So that's why Libra energy is coming out so much. And I feel like if you were drawn to this video, Libra could be in your chart, even somewhere outside of your sun sign. But the energy of partnerships and relationships and balance is very significant. We also have 11th house ruled by Aquarius, collaboration, memberships, network. Somebody wants to do something business related with you. They feel like you'd be the perfect candidate to do this with. And also they want to build rapport with you, because Aquarius energy is about networking, like the card says. So this person, the way how they reach out to you, they might reach out to you trying to get your advice or your opinion about something first before they jump straight into a relationship. This person, they probably also have a tendency to subtweet. So they might try to post something to see how, if you're gonna like it. If you're still in contact with them, it's like low contact and not no contact, meaning that you still have each other on social media and you can see each other, but you haven't been interacting. So they're probably gonna post something about relationships, or this person might like to telepathically try to send you subliminals by the songs that they use on their posts. But they need to get out of that, because with the Queen of Swords energy, you're a person that values communication. And I think that's a huge reason why this relationship did not work out in the past. And if you are not the feminine who I'm picking up on in this reading, and you are the person that's trying to get signs and synchronicities on and advice on how you should reach out to this feminine, I'm telling you, you don't have to be 100% articulate for people to understand what your point is. You might stumble, you might be embarrassed, you might gulp your spit while you do this apology, but just try your best to do it. It's better to be humbled and be embarrassed trying to do it and have a good probability of getting back into this relationship by humbling yourself, rather than not saying anything at all and then just having someone go their whole entire life thinking that you didn't want to be with them. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say that the song Bad Habit by Steve Lacy could be significant, because that's basically what that song talks about. Because in that song, he's like, basically the whole time, he thought this girl was uppity, that she didn't want to talk to him, she didn't like him because she wasn't showing signs. But then he found out when he walked away that she did want to be with him. And the song also talks about how if things are destined with the Wheel of Fortune here, they are going to come back around. Hail, rain, or snow, doesn't matter what happens in between. If you're meant to be with someone, you two will come together, no matter what dramatic stuff you had to go through before you were actually united for good. And me personally, as much as annoying as it is to be in a twin flame relationship, I would rather be in a relationship where all the drama and all the hard stuff already happened and then it's smooth sailing from then on out, than to follow most people's relationship pattern where they go through a honeymoon phase and they think that it's perfect and then their relationship goes to shit. And before I really started learning about astral charts, that's what I thought having a North Node in Libra meant. I felt like it meant that I signed up for going through hard stuff first and then it coming into balance later. So that might resonate with you. Like I said, I have 3 Libra placements, and all of them are minor, or they're low on the chart, but they're very powerful placements. I have Libra in my North Node, Medium, Coeli, and Chiron. I'm looking in the tiles too. Something about movies could be significant. You and this person, I know for everybody, they don't always meet their twin flame in person. So it could be something like you two used to always like to go on dates to the movies or talk about movies. Both of you could be movie buff. Someone could be a filmmaker. I'm a charm cast, and I'm gonna see if that charm comes out. But I feel like Instagram is significant. If this was an online relationship, it could be that you and this person like to stream movies together. I just saw 4444 on the timer. That angel number represents triumph. Okay, at the bottom of Burning Heart Oracle, we have the distance between us kills me, so this could definitely be a long distance relationship. Like I said, for some of you could have met this person online. That's why I'm feeling like you didn't, or you've only interacted with them in person very little. I'm on my way to you. I'm glad that this is coming out, because I was hoping that they wouldn't be lazy with this Knight of Wands here. We have I can't go another day without you, and ultimately this person is saying I am in love with you, so that is good to know. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is your person, or maybe the love was always there but this person didn't always know how to show love. Lately, what I've been doing for emoji oracles, I've been doing 2 rows. I've been doing the top row, how you feel. I already feel like you're resistant, and honestly, I already know how this person feels too, but let's just do how they feel. Lately, I've been doing how you feel top row, how they feel bottom row. But let's just get a little bit more synchronicities and clarity on how this person feels about you right now. And also what's going on with their life. Because usually people do tarot because they are curious to know what's going on with this person, if it's low contact or no contact. And sometimes there are cards in this deck that talk about getting a new job or traveling or something like that. So let's see how this person feels here. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, sly, smug, mischievous, suggestive, flirty. So ever since I stacked the tiles together, I've been seeing the word sex or sexy. There's something about you, they've always been attracted to you, but there's something about your physical appearance changing, or maybe because both of you are kind of going through a kundalini thing, like your energy is getting more sexual and more attractive too. So there's something about telepathically this person being able to pick up on when you send them that type of energy. But we also have drool. Desire finds you sexy, attracted to you. Yeah, something about them looking at your pictures. Yeah, sex is in the tiles, and we have sweat, sex, intimacy, and LOL, funny, laughing heart, tears of joy. So that lets me know that as much as you guys have gone through, there's also something about this connection where both of you could have strong libidos, but also both of you have a sense of humor. And it might be that one or both of you are into some kinks that are so out there that you might feel embarrassed talking about it, or there's something about you also being playful about what you like. Yeah, this person is very playful. We have tongue out, playful, silly, just kidding. This is a Libra horoscope, and I do always tell people that one thing about Libra and Aquarius is they're usually very funny. So this could be you being very funny or them being very funny, but you used to always have banter. There's something about both of you being silly with each other. There's also airplane, travel, vacation, business trip. Didn't I just literally talk about how sometimes cards like this come out from Emoji Oracle? This person can travel for work, or maybe they're traveling thinking about you. But this person thinks about you a lot in their spare time when they're just ruminating. And then we also have mute, invisible, hidden, isolation, depression. So someone doesn't like to be ignored. Someone definitely likes attention. And I know we all do to some extent, but someone really misses it, like when you used to really give them a lot of attention. That there could also be the reason why they felt like there had to be a power dynamic in the situation is because they could have felt like you were always better than them, but they never voiced that. Okay, I'm at 50 minutes and I have 10% of my battery left, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do some charm casting and then I'm gonna end the video here. Okay, yeah. Confirmation. Lately, I've been seeing stuff in my third eye and then it comes out. So, someone could be into movies, photography, something about Instagram could be significant. I do see nice in the tiles, and the Be Kind charm came out. Be Kind is also one of my favorite Halsey songs. I'm a big Halsey fan, so something about that song or that music video could be significant. And Halsey is a Sagittarius, so I don't know if that's relevant for someone. We have me here, so that just lets me know that someone used to be very selfish, but also with Nine of Pentacles, someone is not focusing so much on a relationship, they're focusing on themselves, and that's why they're manifesting it coming back. Law of attraction. We have Cancer, and it says imaginative here on the back. We have the unicorn here, so something about someone being very unique. I was talking about Kundalini. We have the snake charm here, which represents transmuting energy and Kundalini rising. We have the pentacle here, which could represent magic, earth sign energy, money. Someone may literally be trying to do spell work to manifest someone back. We have Be Still, Nine of Pentacles energy, Pre-Empress energy, Divine Feminine, not chasing masculine energy. We have a huge peace sign, and we have the Triquetra. Scorpio energy, 8th house energy, but the Triquetra represents birth, death, rebirth, the cycles of life. So someone's going through a spiritual rebirth right now. And we also have the caged bird. Someone could be in a karmic relationship, or there's something about if you're trying to reach out too early, you being rejected because you're being protected by this person. They're not done cooking, so to speak. This could even be like a person in 8 of Swords energy. They feel like they're trapped within themselves. They're trapped within their toxic behaviors. And they're trying to seek the light with the Hermit here. They want to change. All for you too. For themselves, but for you too. That's all that I have for you today. Hopefully you got something out of this reading. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And I will see you guys in the next one.